swings and throws, and off we go with a down an 0-1. Ohtani
in both bullpens.
2-2. Ohtani chase. Betts had trying to get that bat speed back, even though Lindor 2 up and 2 down
against a left-handed pitcher.
Dave Roberts has compared him in his first year with the team. It's round number. Taking a shutout into the 7th inning for 3-2 from Peterson. He swings and misses. Pitch flies it into left field, and Andy popped around it, but it's feeling like it was good. And they hope to get the lineup close and throws. And the dirt 2-1 earlier this week. He's getting close. Marte on 3-2 takes.
Commendable, but there are times where the writers.
Edman goes back to the edge of the track. He's
right.
Who made some changes to his.
You're in.
Well, that month of April. On this 2-1 pitch, Alonso Gonsolin's 2-2. Got him swinging, no score. Freddie Freeman leads indoors out there. He's got it for the.
He can keep that back foot connected to the mound.
Is it on a bounce? And the Dodgers have their.
The better.
With the team into a long-term contract.
His defense, he plays all over the.
Edman, and it hit him. Who is hitting? Kike Hernandez drives in Andy Pop. 24. It goes down to first, and it's 2-0. Strike was in play, and I'm going to glove it myself for the Mets against Tony Gonsolin. And an 0-1 pitch. Watches. Base to first here. Gonsolin will win it. 11. And yeah, he's been on it.
If you can get
a throwback.
He's healthy, he's good.
The changeup of choice. There it is.
Doesn't get there.
Jared Young. Batted ball quality. Pretty Young was back, and it hit him on me.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't even tell that it was called because it's one game, and he was like, "Watch me."
I'm lined up.
2-0 to Taylor. It's been really good for the Mets. Watch out in front of Pages for a 2-out base. Overruns the ball. New the second. Lindor. And the Mets swing and a miss, and 2-1. Chase. That'll wrap it up for the Mets against Peterson. Set Peterson needed to be able to neutralize field. A routine play for Tick. And now he's got to button everything off with your cut swing.
Truly one of
against Peterson. Takes in the dirt. Juan Soto's there.
The Dodgers currently have 14 appears to be around the All-Star break.
And going. The top 4 now. They're going to need Ohtani at some point.
With a 2-out double. 4 weights on it, and that's your Marte jumps on the first pitch out there today. Bounces to second. It has fallen well short of the bar that he still hit here 2-0
to the ground.
On this 3-1 from Gonsolin. Soto with his first hit of the single from Alonso. Goes to second for 1 over to first.
Back here at Citi Field, gone. And I feel like, him quite a bit the last few weeks.
It is 1-2 to Pages.
Freddie steps on first is not the double play you've seen turn very often.
Not just for him, but for the whole team. A lack of. Here's 3-1. And they're Pittsburgh, Colorado, and the 8. Mendez knocked in the Dodgers' first run. The 6-4-3.
Say concerning, but you know there's 92 that he'll be fine.
Shohei Ohtani.
4-seam, 2-seam to turn, but I just think looking at the
for New York.
And how about improve? A ton of splits.
Mets debut tonight on 2-1. Ball 3. Mendez sprints over and gets there.
But that's a lot.
He retreats. He's got room on the track and didn't feel real. And for the Mets today. Gonsolin trying to find. Dodgers need all they can get from him. There's a 2-0 to Lindor. And that is back-to-back 4-pitch wires. Infield hit Starling. Juan Soto takes Soto on this 1-1 pitch. Soto. This is Betts throw to the plate for LA, and David Peterson brings it. Lays off.
What's wrong with Juan?
There's even been talk about that edge.
Hit the rim.
2 up and 2 down.
It went perfectly.
Save that game, give him a chance to win it. And Gonsolin can everybody as well. He's got it, striking it. MLB app today. Peterson. And he's ahead of one a little bit. Splitter for Neal. Takes comes Hernandez and for Gonsolin. Two up.
Better your starters are.
Warrens, 1 out of 2. Follows Mookie Betts, leads off the 6th for the Dodgers. Peterson into the 6th. That pitch count field here in the 6th turns the first hit of this weekend for Betts. 4-3 and David Peterson everywhere going off this year. It's 1-0, almost hit him.
6 innings. So he's right.
Those things tonight against the top offense. He's gone to another level this year. 50 games in Yankees history. 2-1 in games above 500. Buying just 5 this year though. Yeah, it's a walk.
Career winning the state championship.
Hernandez on a sprint to the track.
The way the wind's blowing though with all the scoreboards.
Both times tonight. Knocked in a run with a disappeared. Can he? On it. His only play is at first. Swing and a miss. Rojas to first but late. Marte takes an 0-1. Marte takes and the Mets this time. Juggle a throw. Now he produces as many ground balls as in. 1-1 on the. It goes to second for 1 and there's the tail for Bobby Miller who
hasn't figured it out. And
you had people going in 1-1 to Alonso. Game for Alonso. And a duck snorts. No way Pete Alonso continues. Got off first and now
they pick off the polar bear.
500 at the start of. Backs up Freddie Freeman. Bobby Miller to an outing like this. He's giving it to him. Rushing on 0-2. Watches.
And he has dominated this Dodgers lineup.
Twice. That has been. Comes back home. Wow. Peterson to Ohtani. Almost
got to be his last hitter.
1-1. Ohtani strikes him out for the first responsibility as Edwin. There goes Kid. Look out. Really pitching well lately.
He's without 2 strikes.
Bites his 90. Question he heads back out there for second. More than just the bench tonight. Drew walk his first time. The average has been there the last few weeks. These days. He gets hit by this former Milwaukee. On 1 out in the 8th. Beatty hacks. Another. Here's a 2-2. Another. He's into second with an arc. And here's Acuna. Home for the force. Rushing then spike. It was his
bat.
Chokes up with 2 strikes and takes and feeds Miller, and that's the inning. 7 2/3 from David Peterson. Ahead 1-2. 1-2. Swing and a mitless in this series. 0 for 3 to. On 3 in this game. Pages striking to knack for the Dodgers. Codice is there. And the Mets have
just what Carlos Mendoza said. Peter
/ at bat for details. Starling Marte jumps on the first pitch. So it's Marte who's out there today. Bounces to second. A lot of people would love. It has fallen well short of the bar that he's.
They're tough.
Still hit play. The head here 2-0.
Ball hard, but when they're down, they go into the ground. It's hard to hit a home run on the ground, Joe.
On this 3-1 from Gonsolin to center field. Soto with his first hit of this. Soto goes first to third. A long single from Alonso. The first, Freddie Freeman's got it. Goes to second for 1 over to first.
Back here at Citi Field. In the summer, that ball is way gone. And I feel like, yeah, now. You've talked to him quite a bit the last few weeks.
No walks over the first 3. It is 1-2 to Pages.
Prior, but Pete Alonso goes back because if Freddie steps on first,
yeah,
right to Freddie, and 3-6-3 is not the double play you've seen turn very often.
That's a culmination of weeks, not just for him, but for the whole team. They've dropped 6 of their last 8 games. A lack of. Here's 3-1. And they're
7.
well,
You know, they
a few
swept them. I know
Pittsburgh, Colorado, and the 8.
Who you play, but when you play.
Kike Hernandez knocked in the Dodgers' first run. The bouncing ball to short should be 2. 6-4-3.
Tonight is a little kind of, I wouldn't say concerning, but you know, there's 92 characteristic walks in there. But if we can get back to that, he'll be fine.
Shohei Ohtani.
You know, going to be mid-90s. It's going to be 4-seam, 2-seam, and I'm probably speaking out of turn. But I just think looking at the
Backs a base hit the other way to open the 4th for New York. And how about
He's helped Francisco Alvarez improve. Trying to battle against it. He's throwing a ton of splits.
in the 2nd? Jared Young in his Mets debut tonight on 2-0. Here's the 2-1. Ball 3. Up. Foul ground at 3rd. Hernandez sprints over and gets there.
I tweet that. I had no idea that was the number, but that's a lot.
Hey, fly ball to deep left field. Pages retreats. He's got room on the track, and the dream come true kind of stuff. Doesn't feel real. So, Beatty's knocked in the run for the Mets today. Gonsolin trying to find.
You need that.
Dodgers need all they can get from him. Here's a 2-0 to Lindor, and that is back-to-back 4-pitch walk. Gonsolin 8 consecutive misfires. The trigger, and the game is tied. Infield hit Starling with the bases loaded. Juan Soto takes for their first lead of the game. Soto on this 1-1 pitch. Soto. And Soto trying to unload the bases. Betts throw to the plate. Dalton Rushing leads off the top of the 5th for LA, and David Peterson brings a follow here in the 5th. Lays off.
All the things that have been said. What's wrong with Juan?
And then again in Boston on Monday. There's even been talk about
They're looking for that swag.
that edge that way.
As a catcher, you'd never want the ball to hit the rim.
Grounds this one to the shortstop Lindor. 2 up and 2 down.
Even with the bounces off the mound, it went perfectly.
I made some good plays in last night's game to save that game, give them a chance to win it. It ended that they got that out right there. And Gonsolin can.
That's it, for that matter.
Yeah, they used everybody as well. They made. Here's a 2-2 to Ohtani. He's got it. Striking. Push notifications just for you on the MLB app today. Peter Long years. And he's ahead of until they get healthy, stabilize things a little bit. Splitter for. Up comes Jeff McNeil. Takes 9-9 their last 18 games. But left side of the infield for Kike Hernandez and for Gonsolin. 2 up.
It's a cause and effect. The better your starters are.
Base is empty in the 5th. Luis Torrens 1 out of 2. All of you tried.
Came into the zone.
Follows the top of the wall to put him in front. Mookie Betts leads off the 6th for the Dodgers yesterday. Peterson into the 6th. That pitch count. Betts greets him with a base hit to left field here in the 6th. Turns the.
Keeps going. He probably makes it.
First hit of this weekend for Betts. 9 run here in the 6th. Out on a 1-hopper to short. 6-4-3. And David Peterson
To New York and goes off.
He's coming everywhere and going off this year. Peterson's 1-0. Almost hit him.
Here, in his last 3 starts, he's gone 6 innings. So he's right.
6 innings. He's gotten them both those things tonight against the top offense. And Ohtani, and especially in Judge's case, he's gone to another level this year. That was the 3rd highest average through 50 games in Yankees hit runs.
He's having an okay year this year, Joe.
2-1. He's back to 11 games above 500.
Them starting to break down.
In the regular season and the postseason combined, just 5 this year though. But now it's Beatty who's stolen it back. Yeah, it's a walk.
Cool way to end your high school career winning the state championship.
Taylor flies this ball to right center field. Hernandez on a sprint to the track.
Does it matter in this stadium the way the wind's blowing though with all the scoreboard?
Beatty down in the 9 spot has reached both times tonight. Knocked in a run with a 6. Reason it's not like those abilities have just disappeared.
He plays third.
The bouncing ball past Bonda. Betts waits on it. His only play is at first. Swing and a miss. Third. Hernandez will go to second for 1. Rojas to first, but late. Marte takes a 6 today, though. On an 0-1, Marte takes a bouncing ball to short for Mookie Betts. And the Mets this time inning into left field. And bouncing ball towards the middle. A juggle, a throw. Not the contact as anybody. It's just he produces as many ground balls as he can. Here's 1-1. On the. That's another grounder at third. Beatty goes to second for 1, and there's the left field corner for Pages, and an exhale for Bobby Miller, who
Pitches, just hasn't figured it out. And
you had people going in 4-2 ball game, bottom 7, 1-1 to Alonso. He finds into right, and the second hit of the game for Alonso. Since he broke in, both his hits just kind of duck snorts. Soto continues to struggle the way he is. There's no way Pete Alonso continues. Alonso got off first, and now
to hold the ball just a little bit longer. They pick off the polar bear
series, but they were 11 games below 500 at the start of
30. At
it
this
was bad. Yeah. It's a bouncing ball to first. It backs up Freddie Freeman. Bobby Miller to the and a night where the Mets desperately needed an outing like this. He's given it to him.
An inning.
Rushing on 0-2. Watches.
He has been in control, and he has dominated this Dodgers lineup.
Rojas, who's 0 for 2, has grounded out twice. That has been the falls behind Rojas 2-0. Now comes back home.
Big face Shohei, and then
wow. Lefty against lefty. Peterson to Ohtani. Almost.
With Mookie on deck, this has got to be his last hitter.
Here's the 1-1. Here he comes. Strikes him out for the book not yet closed. Runner at first is responsibility as Edwin. There goes Kid.
He's virtually unhittable.
Look out. 2.70 ERA and really pitching well lately.
Better with 2 strikes coming into this game than he is without 2 strikes.
Bites his 90. Fully stretched out as a starter. No question he heads back out there for second. Second hit of the game for Luis Torres. More than just the off of the bench tonight. Drew a walk his first time. Especially when it comes to the power numbers. The average has been there the last few. Still just 25 years of age. Though shifting, playing more as the DH these days. He gets hit by this. Former Milwaukee. 2 on, 1 out in the 8th. Beatty hacks.
Beatty's handled it about as well as you can. And right now, he's getting that opportunity.
Now the hitters coming up for the Dodgers in the 9th. Here's a 2-2. Beatty's knocked in another. He's into second with an arm with the bases. And here's Acuna. Checks from Tapper back to Miller. Flips home for the force. Rushing then spike double that broke the tie back in the 4th. It was his
sometimes after what he did his last at bat.
This game. Soto chokes up with 2 strikes and takes there. Bounced along first. Freddie Freeman feeds Miller, and that's the inning. Diaz looking for a 4-out save after 7 2/3 from David Peterson. Ahead 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Freddie Freeman hitless in this series. 0 for 3 to. On 3.
And Freddie.
10 Ks for Mets pitching in this game. Pages strike tomorrow on Sunday Night Baseball. Landed knack for the Dodgers. Kodai bouncing ball towards the middle. Acuna's there. And the Mets have Edwin Diaz for 4 outs.
Just what Carlos Mendoza said. Peter.